Hello everyone. So today we are going to see what are the mini checks in HANA. So before starting, I just wanted to give you background about the mini checks. So mini checks are nothing but the collection of the SQL statement which we can execute in the HANA database to basically troubleshoot or analyze different areas. So very first is we need to download the MiniChecks SQL. So from where to download? So we can download from the SAP node. So this is the SAP node 1969700. So from here we can download it. And when you open it, so basically in attachment section you can find the SQL statement.zip. So this zip file we need to download and place in our desktop or laptop. So once you download it, so just open the HANA Studio. So you can see this is my HANA Studio, and today we are majorly concentrating on the system information area. So the very first step is we can just create one folder for our mini checks, because we are going to now import the mini checks which we have downloaded from the SAP nodes. SAP node. So you can see this folder is created. So this will be empty folder right now. So just right click, and third option we have import SQL statements. So once you click over here, so you can just give the path where we have downloaded the zip file from which we downloaded from the SAP node. So just double click on this. So once you will double click, so it will get imported. Now you can see this is imported. So this mini checks has different areas, like backup we have memory, then we have CPU. So there are different areas, even the network area we have. So we can do analysis, or we can identify things in this area. So once you import this, so just save your studio so that this mini checks will be get saved on your uh, HANA Studio. So today, majorly we are going to cover the configuration part of mini checks. So you can just search for the mini checks here. So under configuration folder, you will find the mini checks. So why we are going to cover this? Because this is very good check, I would say, in the mini check. So it will check everything, like whatever I said, I shown you in the earlier screenshot or earlier view, that there are different areas like memory, CPU, again network. So these all areas will be get covered under this configuration part. So depending upon the version of your HANA, so you can select the check. So now for example I have SPS 5 HANA 2.0. So just right click and say execute. So once you will execute, so this will be get executed in your HANA database, and it will check all areas. As I said, all complete areas like backup, CPU, memory. So it will identify whether any issues are there or whether any problems in your HANA database, and it will basically highlight the recommendations also. Suppose there are some settings which are correct, so it will show that these settings are correct, and some settings where some action is needed, so it will actually highlight it, and plus it will guide you. So like it will give some references from where we can fix this issue. So this is very good tool, or this is very good SQL, I will say, because we can identify many things from this. Even we can do the performance tuning of HANA using this, because you will get to know all the problems in your HANA. So in that perspective it is good. Even it is good for learning, because suppose if you are new to HANA and you want to learn HANA and you want to do the kind of performance thing in HANA, so that kind of work also you can do. So now you can see it is started refreshing the screen, means it is now executing. So one important thing is this script will going to take a lot of time depending upon your HANA database size. So make sure you don't execute directly in the production system. So it is always recommended to test this mini checks in the lower environment like development quality. Then check how much time it is taking, if it is causing any performance issue in your HANA database. So you can do all checks in lower environment like development and quality first, and then only execute in production, so that you can identify the production problems. So it is still refreshing. So let's give some time to it. So meanwhile, suppose if you want to check what exactly this is doing, what kind of SQL it is executing, then you can go to performance tab and you can check for the threads and sessions. So you can see now output is came. So let me explain you. So this is very first column is child ID, means this is the check ID. I would say this is a check ID. Then description means what check it has been done on your HANA system. Then host, so this is the host name of your HANA. Then what is the value, so in your database, and what is expected value, so means this is our value and expected value. Suppose this is not matching with the expected value like our database value, so this C section which is check, so it will come as a cross mark. So meaning this check has some problem, and how to fix it. So there is SAP note also. Suppose now you can see in my this area, so these all checks are good. So even this first check you can see recommended big mem kernel favor not use. So the value from our database is no, and expected value also no, means we are good. So that's why you can see there is no cross mark. But if you check this supported operating system, now it is showing no. Okay, so it is showing that we are using SPS3 and expected value should be yes, like something problem with our operating system, whatever we are using. So how to fix it? So this is the SAP note. So you can see what all areas it covers. So very first is operating system, which we saw. Then if you come down, it will cover disk, like what are the problems with your disk, any IO issues. You can see this check is cross mark again. So there is some issue with the IO disk. So how to fix it? We have a SAP note. Then we have memory area also. You can see. So any problems in memory. So you can see there is no cross mark in memory here. So means all these checks are good. So I don't have to worry about this. Tables all good. Then coming back to traces and dumps, you can see it is showing cross mark, means number of log backup files. So it is zero basically. There are no log files, but expected value is more than one. So there should be log files. So that's why cross mark. Then number of traces files. So you can see I have 51 number of trace files, but expected value is less than 30. So means I need to delete some traces or I need to do some housekeeping. So that's why it is coming as a X, but it's something wrong. Then static server, so it will check your static server also. Then it will check your transaction and threads. Let's go down further. So it will check your backup also. So suppose if your backup has any problems, it will highlight. So you can see I do not have any problem with backup. So there is no check. There is no X mark here. So I am good. So any locking problem, then SQL problem. So these are different section. You can see these are sections. Now application, any issues with the application. So connection with outdated client version. So there are some connection with outdated HANA client version. So that's why I can check ID is X. So these are different areas. So network also it will check any problems with your network. Then access engine, name server, system replication. So these are different. So as I said, it will cover almost all areas of your HANA. So this is the best check which you can execute, and you can identify what are the problems in your HANA or how to basically improve performance of your HANA. So that's it for today. So we covered the mini checks today. So if you want to have more videos like this, then you can subscribe to this channel. Thank you.